Around 1798. Vienna. Ludwig von Beethoven, late 20s. Something strange began happening to his ears. Tinnitus. High-pitched sounds became harder to hear. Just before a concert. Backstage, Beethoven's hands were trembling. The piano keys stared back at him. Can I hear it? Fear gripped him. For a musician, hearing is life itself. And it was slipping away. The cause of his hearing loss has never been definitively identified. Inner ear disease, autoimmune disorder, or, as later research suggests, severe lead poisoning. This makes the fact that he continued creating, while his hearing progressively deteriorated, all the more profound. October 6, 1802. Heiligenstadt. A quiet village on the outskirts of Vienna. Beethoven, 32 years old. He was writing what read like a final letter. To my brothers. His quill pen glided across the paper. For several years he had suffered from tinnitus and hearing loss. Conversation became difficult. Music grew distant. I have reached despair, he continued writing. For a musician to lose his hearing, it's a death sentence. Suicide. The word raced through his mind. But then his hands stopped. Yet art held me back. At that moment, he realized something. There was still music he needed to write. I cannot leave this world until I have brought forth all that lives within my heart. Beethoven set down his pen and picked up his sheet music. He chose creation over death. This letter was never sent. It was discovered among his possessions after his death. History would call it the Heiligenstadt Testament. 1803 to 1804. Beethoven completed his third symphony, the Eroica, as his hearing continued to decline. As sound grew more distant, he was listening to music with his inner ear. Around 1804, a new vision began to take shape. Symphony No. 5. Thus fate knocks at the door. Those opening four notes echoed in his mind. His ears were screaming, sounds growing ever more distant. Even with hearing devices, comprehension became difficult. Conversation grew increasingly challenging, and eventually conversation books for written communication became essential. Still, he kept writing. From 1807 to 1808, Beethoven was composing two symphonies simultaneously. Symphony No. 5, Fate. Symphony No. 6, Pastoral. The weight of destiny and the gentleness of nature. Struggle and peace. Beethoven could no longer hear the sounds of nature. Not the babbling brook, not the bird song. Yet in his memory, they lived on. He wrote in his notes, more an expression of feeling than a depiction. A composer who had lost sound-painted nature through music. December 22, 1808. Both symphonies premiered at the same concert. Around 1818. Beethoven, late 40s. His hearing loss had become severe, his hearing almost completely gone. He could hear almost nothing now. Not music, not human voices. Everything had fallen silent. Conversation books. They became his only means of communication. Visitors wrote their words in the conversation books. Beethoven read them and wrote his responses. Voice could no longer reach him, but music continued to play in his mind. 1822. Beethoven began a new challenge. Symphony No. 9 in D minor, Op. 125. A symphony with chorus. An unprecedented attempt. Schiller's poem, Ode to Joy. It would form the foundation of the fourth movement. All people become brothers. Beethoven could no longer hear sound. Yet in his mind, the chorus was singing. He was listening with his inner ear. Sounds from memory, sounds from imagination. And he transcribed them onto the page. Early 1824. Symphony No. 9 was complete. In nearly total hearing loss. In a world of silence. Beethoven had written a hymn to humanity. May 7, 1824. Vienna, Karntnerder Theater. Symphony No. 9, premiere. Beethoven stood beside the principal conductor. Next to him, Michael Umlauf. He conducted the actual performance. But Beethoven indicated the tempo with his entire being. He could hear nothing. Not the orchestra. Not the chorus. Everything was silence. The performance ended. The audience rose to their feet in applause. The entire theater erupted in cheers. But Beethoven heard nothing. He was still gazing at the score. He didn't realize the performance had ended. It is said that the alto singer Caroline Unger placed her hand on his shoulder and turned him to face the audience. At that moment, Beethoven saw it for the first time. 2,000 people standing, applauding, waving handkerchiefs, tears streaming down their faces. He could not hear the applause, but he could see it. Tears spilled from Beethoven's eyes. A composer who had lost his hearing. A conductor who could not hear sound. Yet he had achieved it. One of the greatest symphonies in human history. In silence. March 26, 1827. Vienna. Ludwig van Beethoven, 56 years old. He departed this world. For over 20 years, he had fought against progressive hearing loss and silence. And he continued creating music. The Ninth Symphony is still performed today. Across the globe. On every continent. The music created by a composer who lost his hearing still moves hearts 200 years later. Recent scientific analysis, hair testing in 2024, revealed that his hearing loss and suffering may have been caused by severe lead poisoning. Likely from additives in wine and medical treatments of the time. While poisoned by physical toxins, while enduring progressive pain, he kept creating music. Disability could not stop him. Despair could not steal his creativity. Beethoven triumphed over fate through the power of art. What Beethoven teaches us is clear. Disability is not an ending. It's a new beginning. He lost his hearing, but gained his inner ear. Not the sounds of the outside world, but the music within his heart. That perfected his art. The power to transform despair into art. The will to turn limitation into the source of creation. This is Beethoven's legacy. So I ask you, genius is the fool who refuses to quit. The one who won't let go of their dream, even with every obstacle in their path. If you lose something precious, if you stand at the edge of despair, could you rise like Beethoven did? True creation exists within constraint. Can you believe those words? Share your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Beethoven's story is hope for everyone facing obstacles, and courage for everyone fighting through despair. On this channel, we explore the wisdom left by history's giants. From their decisions, their struggles, and their triumphs, find lessons you can apply to your own life. Subscribe to experience the next story together. Until next time.